Folktales sometimes depict people living in unbearable poverty and how they eventually become rich and famous. Is this only meant to show God's blessing upon the poor? Probably not. More likely, these stories highlight the importance of hard work, tenacity, and the wisdom to listen to good advice. In a land where the soil was as dry as a bone, lived a peasant with no land of his own. He survived by the sweat of his brow, laboring for others in summer and selling firewood in winter. Welcome back to Cobblestone Myths. Today we journey to medieval Transylvania, where a poor man, guided by faith, struggled bravely against adversity. This folktale takes on greater weight as it recalls 7 years of famine and war. Stay with us until the end to discover how history mingles with story. One winter day, he was collecting firewood from the forest. Heavily burdened by his harvest, he met a mysterious traveler in a gray mantle.
Where are you taking this wood, my friend?
To the town, sir, to sell what I can, so my wife and I might eat.
Then hear my advice. If you desire perpetual happiness, do not sell this wood for more than one single kreutzer.
It was an absurd request. A bundle that size was worth 10 times that. Yet, the woodcutter promised, looking into the old man's eyes. But in the bustling market, his honesty looked like madness. The market was a symphony of greed and commerce. When the peasant arrived, buyers flocked to him, seeing the high quality of his timber.
1 kreutzer? It's a trap. The wood must be rotten. 1 kreutzer? Is it rot-filled? Is it stolen? You must think me a fool.
People mocked him. They walked away, fearing a hidden flaw in such a bargain. One by one they came, and one by one they turned away. In a world where everyone wants more, a man who asks for less is treated as a madman. The sun began to set and the market emptying. Just as he was about to give up, a man, as poor as himself, approached.
1 kreutzer? That is all I have in the world. I will take it.
The deal was struck. The customer loaded his small cart, overjoyed at his luck, and hurried home. He wanted to tell his wife about the unbelievable bargain right away. But as it generally happens in every household, the wife did not believe her husband at first. She rushed to the marketplace to inquire about the price of the purchased firewood once again. The seller had not yet left and confirmed the agreed-upon price. Overjoyed, she returned home running. To thank the woodcutter, they invited him for a drink. After a while, the 2 men sat down at the table to have a chat. The host's wife went to the cellar and brought some wine, but the wine in the pitcher looked cloudy. Confused by its awkward color, the husband instructed his wife to clean the pitcher well. She fetched a second pitcher. This time, the liquid that poured out was as red as fresh blood. The third, fetched by the husband himself, was a thick, viscous gold.
I am not thirsty now. Pour the thick wine into my bag. It will thin as I walk.
The host was ashamed, but he did as asked, filling the leather sack with the viscous, golden liquid. The peasant was returning home. It was a long way to cross. Weary of walking, he thought of sitting down on a dead tree trunk, resting his legs and opening his sack. But before he could open the sack, the same long-bearded elderly man wearing the gray mantle emerged before him.
Tell me, how was your day in town?
I kept my word, but strange things happened.
The cloudy wine is 7 years of hunger. The blood red is 7 years of war. But the golden wine and your kreutzer, they are your happiness.
Before the peasant could ask more, the old man vanished into the mist. The peasant reaches home carrying his heavy knapsack, now heavier. He tried to recount the day's experience to his wife.
Day's work for 1 kreutzer? You are a fool or a liar. And what is this? Wine
The
in a
wife
knapsack?
continued screaming,
You've lost your mind.
"You fool! You've lied about the price. What have you got in your knapsack?" But as the man poured, the wine didn't soak the table. It clattered. Pure gold pieces tumbled out, followed by the single kreutzer. The old man's words came true. 7 years of famine and 7 years of war ravaged the land. Yet the woodcutter's field stayed fertile, and his home stayed warm. But he did not hide his gold. Remembering the compassion of the man in the gray mantle, he opened his doors. Folktales are unconcerned with historical chronology or precise dates. The number 7 often symbolizes a perfect span of time in biblical prophecy. Yet, the story carries historical significance. It is possible that the tale alludes to the Great Famine of 1315 to 1322, a catastrophe marked by rampant disease, mass death, and widespread hunger-driven crime across Europe. The 7 Years' War refers to the European conflict of 1756 to 1763, during which much of the continent, from France to Russia, was profoundly affected. But one person's lifetime cannot cover both the Great Famine and 7 Years' War. Do the Years of Famine refer to the period between 1813 and 1818, when the Habsburg provinces of Transylvania, Banat, and Partium endured a series of severe climatic disruptions resulting in widespread undernourishment and hunger? In that case, the chronology of famine and war in the story seems incorrect. But the story tells us that, even in difficult times, the once poor man kept his village free from hunger. He realized that the perpetual happiness promised by the stranger was not merely the gold, it was the power to bring hope to a hopeless world.